So, welcome back everybody. I'm going to be joined for this final match by Stu Williams.
Good evening, Wayne.
Good evening, Stu.
How's things, mate? You alright?
You what, sorry?
How was your tea? Is everything alright?
It was alright.
How did you see this one going before the game? How did you see this one going, Wayne?
Well, I think it's a bit even, really. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. John's not been playing too well.
He's not been played too much pool in general. I mean, he beat Gaz Royds earlier on 7-6.
Yeah, he struggled a little bit. He'll admit that himself, but
yeah, Gaz at 6-5 up missed a ball that he said after the game, if you could give me that ball back and play it 100 times, I'd play it different.
Yeah.
So, I, to be honest, completely honest, I make Craig our favourite.
You got to make Craig slight favourite, I would think.
Craig favourite, but not by a long way.
Just going to move this scoreboard slightly, just bear with me.
That's a great break. Yeah, he's hit that break well. I think he plays the Plantia red onto yellow, if you can see it. Not sure. Yeah, yellow, red, yellow, mate. No, yeah, you can see the red. You can see the red onto yellow. Craig will fancy these reds from here now. Red to the corner goes. What might look like the yellow's blocking it on the screen, but looking over again at the table, the red goes. He'll fancy getting these off to a good start.
He's got himself a long one now, though.
I think the one closest to the black just above it goes, and he can just stun out, and he should have a choice of a couple of balls, actually. If he can just stun through the gap of the two reds on, let's say, pink and black spot, he can stun between them. There you go, and he's got a choice of about all three now, really.
Yeah.
These are gone. I can tell you that now, these will be gone. The middle of the three, then the one to the bottom corner. Screw back for the one to middle and black in the left bottom corner.
The only problem with the middle one, Stu, is that he's got the wrong angle. So right, he's got the wrong angle, so he's playing the one to the top.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Yeah, they've been going towards the black if they'd have gone for the other one.
Angle on the screen's quite different to when you look over the screen at the table.
It is, isn't it?
I think the camera actually, Wayne, could do with being a bit higher.
Possibly.
Just so you could see the gap between the balls. He'll have to take this to middle, but he'll probably have to stun on and off now. On and off the side rail, take it to middle. And I don't think it goes to the top.
No,
because that was all to do with the angle he left on the third one.
A bit too thin, I think, on that.
Again, John's very, very capable. I'd back John to get these from here, actually, especially looking at it from that angle. There's nothing, he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball.
No, they are pretty much ploppings, really.
Yeah, I played against John last weekend at Bapto that you streamed, when we actually got them in the group stage on the second day in the winners' side, and then we played them again in the quarter-finals, and they beat us 6-3 both times. And John, a standing joke now between us, actually, he's a lot better than he seems to think he is. Or
he doesn't give himself enough credit, does he?
He doesn't. No, he's a very, very capable player.
And I've been joking about his mixed doubles win with Charlie, how much he's carried him and what have you, but Charlie's not going to carry him all the way through the competition. He
still has to win frames.
Of course you do, yeah.
And the guy can play the game. He's a very, very good snooker player, I'm told. I don't know much. I mean, he's a really nice lad. We get on really well, but I don't know that much about his ability. And what I am told about him, especially on the snooker table, I'm led to believe he's
pretty capable.
He's knocking tons in and what have you on the snooker table. And I mean, he's got a bit fortunate there, kissing the black and landing plumb. But a very, very capable player. And from what I can gather, especially at Bapto, I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're playing doubles, singles, whatever. At Bapto, especially in the mixed doubles, you do play singles frames. And they played Dave Roblin's team in the final. And
Right, yeah.
like Dave's a very, very capable player, and the bloke plays the bloke. So he's beating the likes of Dave, and he's obviously very, very capable.
The thing is with a team that they had at Bapto as well, I mean, you've got likes of Tommy
Donlan
in the side. I don't know, I think you step up a little bit. You have to do. You feel as though you have to do.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean, to be honest with you, they beat us 6-3 in the quarterfinals, and there was two frames in particular that stick in my head in that game. That Tommy beat one of our guys, and I don't know whether it was the fact that it was Tommy, but he left our guy with 2 golden chances, and I don't know whether it was the fact that sometimes you play the player and not the table.
I was talking to somebody during Bapto when I was watching him play. His singles,
he's just such a potter, isn't he? He's so frightening. He scares the life out of you.
Yeah, the guy that he was playing, it came across as though because he got 2 or 3 golden chances and messed up, and it came across then that he was playing the player.
Yeah, he's
the reputation, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, and it happens, Of
course it does.
I mean, sometimes you try your best to just play the table, but sometimes, no matter who you are, I don't care who you are, you could be Mick Hill or Chris Mellon or whoever you are, but sometimes when you're not telling me when Mick Hill played Phil Harrison in that Players Series final where it went 11-10 to Phil, and there was 18 break dishes. Mick's obviously feeling at that stage, yes, he got every finish, but when he went for a finish, he knows he has to get them.
Yeah.
And you do sometimes, when you play someone, when we both play, and maybe not to the best level, but we both know that when you go for game against a player like these lads' calibre, you've got to got him.
Yeah.
Especially like Tommy Donlan, he's not called the disher for nothing, is he?
No. And he's lost a little bit, you can tell.
Oh, of course he has, yeah.
But he's still got plenty there in the tank.
The guy's still an absolute machine. I mean, it was a fantastic Ian Alley that beat him in the final.
Ian Alley didn't miss a ball, I don't think.
He snookered himself on one ball at 4-1, I think.
Yeah. Well, Tommy had his chance. He went 1-0 up, and then he had.
Yeah, he left himself.
He had a ball to the top.
Yeah.
A yellow ball to the top left, and all he got to do was run his white through, and come back.
And he stunned it, didn't he?
3/4. Well, he checked it to bring the white back straight, and I think he's put that much check side. It's just killed the pace on the white.
Yeah, he just stunned the ball.
Left himself
dead, didn't
no
it?
shot.
Yeah.
And then he had another one a couple of frames later. He had a black into his bottom right hand corner, and he's just got a massive kick on it.
Yeah, I think twice he had a kick.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I watched Reggie's interview with Ian, and Ian said even Ian said Tommy had a couple of kicks what cost him dearly.
Yeah.
But Ian's a fantastic player.
When he's playing,
when he's on, he's beautiful to watch, isn't he? Ian at times, poetry.
Well deserved his win.
Well, he certainly did. Yeah. But I mean, I watched Ian actually in a couple of his in his individual frames in the team event, and he missed a couple of balls for his team in the first day on the Friday, which it's not as important. Your teammates can carry you through a couple of games here and there. There's a lot of, as you know, no disrespect to some of the teams, but a lot of them are lads out the pub who are there for a laugh. So you can afford to play a couple of bad shots and bad frames especially on the Friday. When you get through to the winner's side on the Saturday, you've got to be on your game to win that comp. First to 6 is absolutely brutal. We excel.
First to 6.
Yeah, well, it's only first to 6 on the Saturday and the Sunday, isn't it?
Oh, you mean the team event?
Yeah. I'm on about Ian. I know he was exceptional in the individuals, but he wasn't great. His merit, his form in the team event wasn't great. But you can afford that at times.
Paul Smith. Well, if you don't want to listen to us talking about something else.
Who's that? Sorry,
Paul Smith.
Yeah,
Turn it off,
just
mate.
a Wigan idiot.
Turn it off. I'm being generous tonight. I've not stopped him coming out with.
Yes, Smithy will talk about the game when there's something to talk about.
Yeah.
Craig Hart looks like these Reds are gone. He's got a straight shot to the corner and screw back for a straight black in the corner. Is that all right, Paul?
Did you talk about the game then, Stuart?
Yeah, just that straight ball and straight ball.
What this straight one that
Well,
he's
he's missed
Smith
that
did.
straight ball. That's Smithy for you.
It's been a long day. I've been
I'll
here
tell you
since 9
something.
o'clock.
If there's a jig, ask Paul Smith who's going to win this game, and whoever he says, have a grand on the other. Free money.
Why is he useless at
Oh,
picking
mate,
it?
you've never seen anything like it. The guy's the biggest jinx in the world. He messaged me last night, actually. He messaged me last night saying, if you want a free bet, I've had a double on, he said, I've had a double on Peter Wright and Michael Smith in the darts. So,
Peter Wright's gone at the game.
So back against me. Well, Peter Wright beat Chizzy, and then Mike Smith lost to Glenn Durham. And that was all because Smithy had backed him. Otherwise, Mike Smith would have won.
Peter Wright's gone at the game. You've heard it here
No,
first.
he's in the semi-final. He beat Chizzy last night. Chizzy's in the form of his life.
Chizzy's
But
a
anyway,
bit hot and cold at the moment, isn't he, Chisnell?
He's on fire at the minute, he's Chiz. But let's get back to the pool. John Mercer's left himself a really, really tough shot here. And I don't think that's going to do him any favours. I know he's probably got a full ball snooker, but the length of the table swerve, Craig gets this.
Yeah.
It's only a gentle. It's not even. He doesn't even have to arc up at it much. Oh wow!
That's the danger, though.
Unlucky that.
That's the danger. You've got to catch them thin. Every time you catch one of them full, that white's going in. So a bit of a gift there for John.
Lawrenson's just dished on the table. At the next table, I just noticed Matt take a good finish off there.
Matt's on the. You just seen walking past there. He's just on next table up.
It's interesting. We had a couple of little chats a bit earlier on when I was
put a
on.
bit of weight on Matt. He's got a bit of a derby on
Yeah, he has, mate. What?
him. Is it happy living?
What it is? What it is?
Don't tell him.
He still thinks there's protein in fried chicken.
All right. Fried chicken. Well, there is a bit of protein, but there's a lot of fat.
No, he's a good kid. He's got his head on this weekend. He fancies having a good go at it. Everyone who's watching will know I love Matt. He's my good mate. And,
Yeah.
I'm hoping he runs well this weekend. I've had a bet on him with the bookie and what have you. So
Well, I hope you
yeah, I
win.
bet you have, Smithy. Told you you're a jinx. Have a bet on him win this one. I've had 100, he doesn't. And there you go. No, I mean, Craig's a great player. Especially he's quite well known in Wigan. And I suppose in the money match world, he's played Nathan Ellis a couple of times lately. And
I've streamed him a couple of times in money matches.
my honest opinion is, I love Nathan, by the way. He's a great kid. Nathan Ellis.
Yeah.
He's a great kid. I love him. I have a good banter with him. But I actually think, ability-wise, Craig's probably a better player. He just cannot seem to get his head around winning a money game. And he's really, really struggling to win money games. And Nathan's it's like water off a duck's back. Well, he's a young kid, and these young kids are not worried, are they?
There's no fear.
They're not worried, are they? They just come down and they're just so attacking.
Yep.
And they're playing some exceptional pool. Like Sir Cole Bedford and Kean Monaghan.
Fearless, yeah.
They're literally fearless. I mean, young Billy Webster, he's got to quarter-final of the men's championships over in Malta, is it there? Where are they? Malta, Cyprus or something like that?
Cyprus, yeah.
He lost to Dean Shields last night, or maybe this morning, whatever it was.
Yeah.
In the quarter-final of the men's, I mean...
Well, Dean put on Facebook not long ago that he was a runner-up again.
Well, he's lost to Ross Fernie in the finals.
I know, I'm not laughing that he's got lost, but
it's typical
it's
Dean,
another one in
isn't
the
it?
final, you know what I mean?
Typical Dean, yeah.
Yeah. God knows what he's going to put on Facebook next.
Such a player is Dean as well. He's such a good player.
Yeah.
But, I mean, young kid again, like I said, Billy Webster there, I mean, he's playing in the men's. He won the under-23 world title last year, and I know it's good. Young Gio Edgar from Scotland, I think he got to last 16, under-18s world champion.
Yeah.
There's so many young kids coming through, and they're absolutely fearless.
Yeah.
So these rules promote it, but certainly the older heads, you like Sir Jason Hills and the lads in this comp, they've got the game to slow them boys down, but Craig just doesn't seem to have that game. Craig's like a young kid in an older body, just all out attack. And that's why Nathan beat him. He didn't have the game to slow Nathan down.
You've got to be able to change gears, certainly in money matches.
Yeah, you need to have that B game.
Yeah, of course you do.
And I mean, these young kids haven't got it. But if
If
you
it's not
haven't
quite
got it,
going for you, you can't keep attacking.
no, and that's the difference between. I mean, you'll watch players like Jason Hill play against Keane in a comp or whatever, and they just torture the life out of them. They've been playing these rules a long time, and they just really slow it up and frustrate them.
Yeah.
But when you're playing for 10 grand, you've got to have that in your in your arsenal.
This is where Craig needs to. I mean, he's 2-0 down here. He's got a chance here.
I don't think he's 2-0 down, mate. I think he's 1-0 down and the score's wrong.
Has John messed the scores up again?
I genuinely don't think it's 2-0. I think it's 1.
It is 2-0. I thought it was.
It is 2-0. Sorry, that's my mistake.
Yeah.
But it says it's got 3 red stars on there.
No, that's why I moved the scoreboard down so you can't see it on the stream.
Ah, right.
Because he caught the wrong button earlier.
Yeah, the -1 button.
The -1 button. So when he's put it back to 0, because he's got to press the +1 button, he's put a star on. So
I'll tell you what lets this lad down, John Mercer. His temperament.
yeah,
His temperament's one of the worst I've ever seen.
I think he knows that. But you know, when you're like that, there's not a lot you can do. You can't change yourself sometimes. But he does wear his heart on his sleeve, and he does let his opponent know that he's upset or it's not.
Well, that stays in your opponent's head when you know you've got someone on the ropes. I'll let you know in a minute, Tony, but I'll find out for you. But when you're in your opponent's head and you've got them on the ropes, and then you see them smashing the queue about and fuming,
you know you've got them then, don't you?
As long as you make it like you made a ball off a break. If he goes dry off that break there, and he's just lost the last frame, you know John's head's gone for the next 3 minutes. So you want to dish him off quick and get even more in his head.
These Reds are looking.
They are nice, but he needs to move this dodgy one first.
He's got
a chance now.
He doesn't want that to go though.
Oh, he might be unlucky.
Well, he might be wishing he had them now.
I'll tell you something, I'm looking at the table when it flies in. He's going to play it now. He has to play it now.
Can't really tell from there, but it does look like he's got plenty of room.
It absolutely flies in.
I don't think he needs to play it now. It looks like he's got loads of room. He's got a bit closer to it, which is even better.
Well, no, he'll play it last ball. Take this to middle now.
Yeah, he's looking at that way.
Take that to middle.
Just come a little bit further down the table.
It's a big pocket off the yellow, and he can play into middle at black spot. Just play to black spot now, yeah. Big pocket. It just stuns up the rail a little bit, and it's 3-1. Craig needs to get into this game now because we discussed this before, and it's only 3-1, but it's also only first to 7, and it's imperative you get off to a big start in these short races. Yeah. These kids are both very well capable of running and racking 4 or 5 frames.
What's going to happen now is Craig's going to start chasing because he thinks he's going to need to. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, if John takes another 1 or 2 frames before Craig can pull that level, it could well be all over before.
It could be a very, very long night for him in the moment. Well, it could be a very short night actually, because Craig's notorious for a dry break every now and again as well, and it'll be in his head now, and his arm tightens up here now, and then if his arm tightens up, it doesn't split him like he wants to. And again, John's very, very capable.
It's not a bad split, that. It's not a bad split.
But it's not knocked a ball in, mate.
Has he not got one?
Look at that.
I must be hearing things from other tables. I thought he'd got one there.
Look at that, he's just slammed his brake cue down.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
I told you, listen, his brake. If his arm doesn't tighten up on that brake, one of them balls goes a little bit quicker and it falls in, and he's got a chance.
He's unfortunate. He's got 2 balls hanging as well.
He's absolutely unfortunate. But this game is a game of millimetres, Wayne. We know that.
Of course it is.
And it's a shame because Craig's a lot better than he actually shows. When you practice with Craig, I mean, I watch Craig practice a lot, and like he practices with Matt quite often in the club, and I can only go off what I see, but he's such a fantastic cueist. What he can do with the cue ball and move the white about is absolutely phenomenal. But he just doesn't seem to be able to take it into matches, and I don't know whether that. But I know for a fact it's mental, and it's a mental block he's got, and he needs to get through it. John's got to play the skill shot there, and he's played it well. The yellow goes, so he's got work to do here now because it's not the simplest of finishes.
Well, if that one goes to the middle as well, Stu,
it does go, Wayne.
These are not difficult, you know.
It does go, but I mean, he's
running
into a bit of traffic. He's knocking the red towards the yellow.
Nah, I think he's fine here. I don't think he's got a lot to do. This is
well, I'll tell you something. He's got to get.
This is the hardest shot, I think.
Yeah, well, he's playing. If he plays the one nearest the black,
he's going the other way.
Yeah, it's the right shot as well. Because if he played the top ball first, he's got a lot of distance between balls.
Which is what I thought he might do, and then work his way down.
Work his way down the table.
He's gone the right way.
He has right. Yeah, he actually has gone the right way because he's only got to go up and down the table once. Whereas before he'd have had to go up and down and back down. He's absolutely fine there.
Yeah,
he's the
just
right
that
side
red he
of
might
the
be
red.
just flicking into. That's all.
He's the right side of the red there. He can just clip off it. You can see Matt on the table at the side there, just looking at 3-0.
Perfect. One good shot and he's 4-1 up.
Uh, 4-1, Mr. Mercer, the 40-1 poke. Morning he was 40-1 at the start. Last week at Backtoe, I think this is the standing joke, mate. We was at Backtoe last week and Jason will come over and mithering me to lay some money into Matt to win the tournament. And obviously, you know what he's like. The voice. He can talk more than Reggie, and he was hammering me. Get some money onto Matt, and next minute Mercer walks over. I can't believe you've got me at 40-1, Jay. So today he's beat Gaz Royds, who was 20s, and he's 4-1 up against Craig Hart, who was 11s at the opening book.
He's relaxed.
He's a fantastic cueist, mate. He's such a good cueist. Do you know, his cue action reminds me, people might laugh at this, but watch where he hits the ball and where he lines the ball up. He's very like Stephen Lee. He cues at the bottom of the ball, like John McAllister does. You watch John McAllister cue at his ball, no matter if he's playing top, bottom, side or whatever, the cue ball is always, as he's cueing, as he's lining the ball up, it's hitting the cushion, hitting the cloth, as you like.
Yeah. So just replying to Martin Marino, whatever, is it Marino?
Hi Martin Marino, hope you're well.
Marino, yep. This is English 8 ball, black ball rules. You can turn your capitals off. I can read, you know. You don't need to stand out. But this is English 8 ball. It's black ball rules in England.
We're in St Helens, which is in Merseyside. 96-man double elimination competition. Does that red sneak through the gap way into the corner? I don't think it does, otherwise he'd have been down and played it now, wouldn't he? This yellow in the middle of the table.
Oh, the yellow, I thought you said red.
No. Does that yellow go past the reds through the gap? It doesn't.
Right, okay, it doesn't go through that. Doesn't look like it does.
He'd have been down and played it first.
He'll screw into these, no problem.
Nah, he's missed it. That's where John lacks. This is where John lacks.
Yeah.
His game
control there, was it?
His game is very limited when it comes to moving balls or sort of planning a route. That's because he's a snooker player. You know yourself, when snooker players are playing this game, they struggle with patterns.
Yeah.
And that was a bad pattern he went.
He's been playing pool long enough though to have picked it up by now, Stu. He should be.
He has, but if you ask him, he plays one frame a week, 3 times a month, and that's it. He'll tell you, I'm a snooker player, I don't play pool.
I know, yeah. Well, that's what they all say. It's an excuse, isn't it? For when they have a bad one.
Yeah, he's a very good cueist, he is.
Phil James, this is the winner's side. The winner's side races to 7s. The losers races to 5s.
It is, yeah, Phil. Craig needs this frame because if he goes 5-1 down, it's game over. He won't come back from there, I can guarantee it. He's headless chicken, he'll lose his temper and he won't attack. He'll attack too much and won't play the right shot.
It's worse when you're playing somebody as well that you think you should be beating all day long, you know what I mean?
Beginning of the game, you have to make Craig favourite. Yeah, Danny McGee, exactly. We've had this conversation so many times.
Oh, he's kissed into it. If he doesn't kiss into it, the white's going into yellow.
We've had this conversation, Danny, so many times. He messages me, I'm Cat 4 in Wigan. Shall we have can you get me a game? I don't play pool. And he won't play for money. He practices with Tom Jones and beats Tom 10-6 and then messages me, get me a game on Cat 4.
Does this yellow go in middle?
No, he's only playing off it. That's a bad shot. That's a bad...
Would you not have had a bash at that?
Yeah, I'd have been crashing into it, mate. I'd have been crashing into it.
Trying to get in the middle off the
red?
red?
Yeah, because if you bang into that yellow's got to move into the red, and it's got to go to the right.
He's in trouble now anyway, so he might as well have had a bash.
The science of the game, Wayne, tells you that ball has to go towards that middle. So there was a couple of shots in the previous game I commentated on. Tony Brown played, and he didn't give. He was snookered a couple of times, and snookered with a one cushion escape, but the black sort of doesn't really go, and he's just like rolled off the bottom cushion into the back of the black and left him a shot on.
No point.
But at that stage, you've got to be having a go and giving the black a chance to go in.
So he's had a go at that, you know.
I mean, but that's the right thing. He's give the yellow a chance to go in. We should have played the shot before, but he's given a chance to go in. Yeah, he's give two. If he doesn't get, he doesn't have to give two though. If he doesn't give two, he loses the frame anyway. So give the yellow a chance to go in. And it's the right shot. He's played the right shot. He's just played it badly. Well, you can't even call it badly. He was snookered. He's played into it, knocked it, and give it a chance to go in. Craig needs this frame though, because at 5-1 he's no chance. At 4-2 he's got a glimmer. Danny's been doing it for years, mate. I remember me and you having the first conversation, mate, when he messaged me about a game, and you messaged me and said, ignore him because he'll never play for a fiver. And he'll still never play for a fiver. Facebook post last week, national champion, and still wants to be 50-1 win this comp. He's unbelievable, mate. The guy's relentless. Love him. I love him to bits. He's a great guy, but he's relentless.
So 4 frames to 2.
The little ball shoot. He's looking at me now, saying, "Please be nice."
You know, that's the paranoia, though, isn't it?
He's going to watch this back tomorrow. He's looking at me now, saying, "Please be nice."
That's the paranoia, you know. And if he was full of confidence in himself, he wouldn't even think twice, would he? You know what I mean?
He wouldn't even be looking at us, Wayne.
He knows I'm talking nice about him.
He's a top guy. I love him a message
the other day.
I love him to bits. He's a great guy.
Because he does get a bit of stick sometimes.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, he gives a lot of it to himself.
He brings it on himself, but he's a good guy. I like the guy. I really do. He's a great kid. And he does a lot for the game as such, especially in Warrington. I'm led to believe he does a bit for the game over there. And, you need players like that. I mean, Craig has absolutely creamed that break. If he doesn't get these, I'll hate me hat. Well, Matt Lawrenson and Paul Kinsley have finished. So I'm guessing that was 7-0.
So all of a sudden, this is just about to go 4-3.
Sorry, I was a bit shocked though. This has been 6 pretty quick frames. And Matt and Paul on the table next to them, as you can see on there, the camera started just after, but they finished. And Matt's beat Paul Kinsley 7-0.
Martin, if you go to YouTube and search Black Ball rules, I've got a video on there that explains briefly the rules. I'll go and have a watch of that and then come back and you'll be able to enjoy this game. It's very open and very watchable.
I can't believe Craig's missed them, to be totally honest with you.
I can't.
It's absolutely criminal. And this is what I was saying.
I've turned away thinking it's all over.
His attitude
4-3.
Not his attitude, sorry. That's wrong. His confidence at the minute's really low. He's lost a few money games lately.
Has he?
I mean, he's played Nathan Ellis twice for sort of... He played him for $9,000, then he played him for $5,000, and he lost both of them.
Again, that's not, you're chasing again. You're chasing the same player. Just stay away.
It was agreed a rematch
Yeah.
and blah blah. But then I mean he played the Welsh lad, not Gareth Higgins, Gareth's mate, Mike somebody.
He needs to get Danny Thompson again, doesn't he?
Yeah, he beat Tom Odin. They're one apiece, aren't they, him and Tom Odin? But what's the lad's name from Wales? Mike someone. Gareth Higgins, mate.
I couldn't tell you.
Very, very steady player. And Craig, he was 16-6 up against Craig first to 21 at Q8 on the King of the Hill. And at 16-6, Craig's gone nuts on him and won 21-18. So he's got it in his game. I just think he's really, really lacking confidence because, I mean, he went and played
Mike Quinn.
Mike Quinn, that's him.
That's the one.
He went and played Kean, I think, for a few quid. No, he beat Kean for 14 grand or so, 13 grand. He went and played JJ last week for a few hundred quid a man, 400 or 500 quid a man, lost. Played Kyle Brown at Q8 for a 500-600 quid a man, lost. And I know it's only 500-700 quid at a time, but it was all within the space of like 2 or 3 weeks, Wayne.
It's all in the head as well.
And you.
So big dents in the mind.
All of a sudden, you all of a sudden you're 10 grand down in no time. Sorry, let me apologise. I slipped up there.
I know, I was just about to zap you with a
Unplug
taser.
me there then.
I was going to zap you with a taser.
There's meaning about. Sorry, Wayne. I do apologise. Sorry, viewers. I don't mean to swear. That's might be the big kicking.
And the more, even more so now, because when you do a live stream on YouTube, you have to.
Your view on it.
You have to complete a mini questionnaire in a way.
Again, let me apologise again
if
for
if you're streaming for children. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Really apologise again.
Although I don't, they ask you if it's suitable for kids. So I'm just going to put a disclaimer: if Stu Williams is on the stream commentating at any time, then automatically, please, it's not suitable.
I'm really sorry about that, guys. Again, sorry. And do you know what? The first time I commentated with you unplugged me after 2 or 3 swear words, and I've never done it since. But
that was breakers at Bedlington.
That was Matt against Paul Riley.
Yeah.
How's Paul Riley got on against Michael Rhodes today? Do we know? Last time I seen it was 7-3.
Was he playing Michael Rhodes today?
In the King of the Hill final.
Final?
That 500 quid a man, what they ran up there. Yeah. That's a bad shot. That is a terrible shot, John. You at least get the pocket there. He's left that red. That red goes there now, and I think Craig has to play it. He's got. It's a bad shot, but you know what? He's got lucky there because he's not left Craig an easy shot. But if he leaves him on that red, go into the corner, he's got rollings again. I'm going to say just bounce this ball off on the top left-hand cushion here and go behind it. Just bounce that off, go behind it, and I think you come back to the table winning the frame. See, he's attacked. Did you get what I mean? He's got it.
To be fair,
he's got lucky. He's got
to
very
be fair,
lucky.
Even if he bounces it off, is the chances he could leave the one to the bottom left.
He could win,
he
but
could have left the one to the middle pocket, in the middle of the
sorry.
table.
I'm sorry, I'm disagreeing with you. That's a terrible shot.
No, that is. But if he bounces it off, he's probably leaving John with a chance anyway. So I don't
think he's leaving him with anything like the chance he's got now.
Maybe not.
But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That's why I'm commentating and not playing.
He's got to be left hand side of them 2 yellows at the top right hand side now. Right hand side of him because they don't go in that top right hand corner pocket.
Cy Emble in his name from Wigan. He makes a good point there. He's put the blacks he missed against Kyle. Oh my God, and Craig missed.
I didn't see that much.
Have a look at the white and the black now, and you'd expect to get that under 8 of 100. Well, imagine the black being 4 inches to the left-hand side. Craig missed 3 of them against Kyle. And that's why he got...
because of what's happened in the pool world, and I'm not knocking anybody else, but I think it's just took a bit of an edge off money matches, and I really...
There's just too many of them these days, right?
I can't be doing watching any of them now.
You see people streaming a game for £250, £500 a man. It's not a money match.
No, it's not.
It's not a money match. Wind your neck in. It's just a knock.
Yeah.
Stop streaming
don't bother turning your camera on.
You go on Facebook Live for £250 a man. Let's wind your neck in and leave the stream games for the streamers.
Yeah, correct.
And whether it's yourself, whether it's another streaming company, or whatever it is, Wayne, just stop streaming £250 a man games on a Tuesday night.
Nobody wants to watch it. And somebody does go live with a decent game. Nobody wants to watch it. Anyway,
I watch pool right? When I've got a bet on it.
Yeah.
If I've not had a bet on it, do you think I want to watch a first to 25?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I'm the same.
And you're playing for 250 quid a man, you should be having that 250 yourself.
Yeah.
And it's just it's that plain and simple. But people are playing for 250 quid a man, and there's 5 of them got 50 quid a man on.
Yeah.
Well, if that's how you want to do it, that's how you want to do it. But
there's clubs out there, and they'll have somebody streaming that's got like 10 viewers. and I'm not going to mention any names, but they do. And it's like,
I mean, I'm not calling other streaming companies or anything like that.
No.
But it's people who go Facebook Live.
Yeah.
And you're killing business for streaming companies.
I'm not really too fussed about that because I'm really not into the money matches scene at the moment, so I'm really not fussed about that. It's
Correct,
just,
Nelly, you're right, mate. You played a bad shot before.
It's just that there is far too much of it now, and
you're right, but
there's about 5 or 6 streams going off today. I mean, I know there's some decent matches. But again, like
Lakin's. I mean, I've had a good bet on Lakin today.
Is he playing today?
Yeah, he's won. He's beat Drew Hughes in Wales today for 12 grand minimum. It was. I've had a bet there, but but it's not about having a bet. It's.
I blocked him. I blocked him a couple of weeks ago.
You're Lakin.
Yeah, I'm just. It gets to a stage sometimes where you have enough of people that just all they want to do is just like wind people up.
Yeah, I get it.
I can't believe it.
I'm maybe a culprit of that at times, to be fair, but not always. But I do like a wind up every now and again. But I don't wind people up who do good for pool.
Yeah, and that's the difference. And
I wind people up who come on and say, "I can't believe you just played that shot," and you've never played a shot in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I mean, I enjoy watching your streams like I enjoy watching anybody's streams. And when you invited me onto commentary before, I was made up. Because as you know, I love talking a bit of rubbish every now and again.
Well, when it comes to politics, I can't disagree with you, Stuart.
Jesus Christ, I got threatened. I got pinned up before at the bar.
Yeah,
because I'm Team Boris.
You can't be Team Boris.
I'm not Team Boris. I was winding him up because I knew it'd wind him up. And next minute, he's stringing me up. I said, whoa. Put down
and to be honest with you, I'm not going to talk about it for too long. But
no, we're not going to go on about it.
I'm not team anybody, mate.
I don't care. All I want is to leave Europe. The people voted to leave Europe when
I get you,
2 years ago we voted to leave Europe.
We change our minds.
I don't care whether it's Labour, Tories, Green
go
Party,
back again in a year's time.
Lib Dems, whoever it is. We voted the general public to get out of Europe. Now get us out. I don't care who gets us out. Just get us out.
It's the wrong thing to do, Stu.
No, it's not.
If you
no,
think
it's not.
about
No.
Anyway,
we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there.
That's it.
It's the right thing to do.
But we are short of doctors and nurses.
Simon,
and
stop it.
They come from Spain and India and places like that.
I've nothing wrong with people coming into the country, mate. Just get us out of Europe. They come in with a qualification.
I get that as well.
Nurses, doctors, blah blah blah.
No, I get that.
I couldn't go. I couldn't stay where I used to live without my qualifications. They kicked me out.
Did they? Where was that?
In New Zealand, they kicked me out because they didn't have qualifications to stay there.
Well, if we'd have known, we'd have
got a petition. You'd have all made a fake certificate, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You Paris setter. Mr. Empires, now wind your neck in, pal. I'm not a wind up. Team Boris. Smithy, who've you backed in the darts tonight, mate? Give me a tip, will you? Who's winning it tomorrow so I can back the other? So, back to the pool, and we're 4 apiece now, and Craig seems to...
He's swam the channel, has Craig.
He's got a finish on here. These are tricky, but these are very, very gettable. I think this absolutely flies in, and then he's got the ball to the middle, which is off the red. He needs to play this playing ball. Oh no, he must go into the corner as well.
It's
See,
not the best of shots, is it?
But listen, Wayne, he could have played that dolly way, drop in, and it went to the opposite corner.
Does it not go to the opposite middle of it? It goes to the left middle as well, doesn't it?
It went to the middle as well, off the red, mate. It's a big pocket.
Flies in.
I'm looking. I can see over the screen, and it flew in that middle. He's played a terrible shot again, and that's adrenaline.
All he has to do is drop that in.
It's adrenaline. It's not looking. It's trying too hard.
Yeah, it's doing too much. Just do the simple things. That's all you need to do.
Do the simple things well.
Yeah. He's all over the place again now. So John's got a chance here, which he should never have had. That's a plant in the middle as well. Like, it's not hard to make.
I mean, it's pretty thin. It's pretty thin. But the shot is the shot is play the ball to the middle if he goes past the black, which he can get past the black, and roll up to the one into the top right-hand corner and screw into those two reds on the right-hand side, knowing he's got the one to the left-hand corner. Can you see what? Can you see what I mean? Now we can play the one over the top corner, top right-hand corner pocket, and screw into them two reds, and always leaving himself a shot on the bottom left-hand corner.
That's a save it, isn't it?
He's got a safety net there because it's an absolute monster pocket, so he's got so much chance to go into these now. Yeah, he's played that well, he has. He's played that very, very well. Play this with top spin, top it through. He's got the one to the top left corner, and then he's got three absolute dollies. It's just dot to dot from here.
He's got to be playing for the one to the top left now, after this one into the middle. Get that one out of the way, and then the other two are just ploppings.
Can I just tell Paul Smith that Phil Taylor's not playing, mate?
Phil Taylor?
Yeah, he said the GOAT wins the darts tomorrow. Phil Taylor's not playing.
He's coming back, Phil Taylor. Do you not think so?
He has to, doesn't he? Because there's only Michael Van Gerwen can challenge him. The rest of them are bobbins.
He's coming back.
He comes back and wins another 2 or 3 majors. No danger.
Two or three worlds, I think.
Yeah, no danger.
I think he's got it in him.
85 major titles. When Van Gerwen gets close to 50, you can start considering him.
He'll be cured if Taylor comes back.
You can start considering him nearly the GOAT. But until then, he's bobbins.
So, just this last red and the black in the right middle.
Yeah, it's a massive chance that was for Craig to go 5-4 up from 4-1.
Where's he going?
Listen, John knocks this in. He's a snooker player, mate. It's a dolly for it. It looks tougher than it is on that stream because the camera's low. It's a drop-in. Oh, wow, I've commentated this. It's gone in the middle. It's gone in. Can't believe it. Can't believe he's done that.
He's a bit embarrassed as well, isn't he?
Can't believe that's happened there. Craig will be feeling sick. That's it. That's game ball, you know.
Yeah, 5-4 up.
That's game ball.
That does your head in, that, if you're on the receiving end or something like that.
Now, if you're Craig Hart, you're sat in the chair scratching your head thinking, what the hell's just happened? You thought I was going to swear then, didn't you?
I did actually. I was...
Was you surprised? I did well then, didn't I?
I'm just moving something off the.
What it was, I got a text message off Sky Sports saying, "Stu, you're in," so I couldn't swear, could I?
Right, okay. So
John likes a cock, not a rotten bad.
I actually agree with him, Si. I think MVG is Bobbins.
He's not Bobbins, but he's no Phil Taylor, is he?
No, he's not.
Listen, Phil Taylor's won 85 major titles, 16 of them world titles. When MVG gets close to double figures on world titles and near 50 majors, then we can start considering him in the same breath. Wow, yeah. John Mercer, you have just crucified yourself, because that was chance for on the hill and Craig Hart's head in bits. And you've just missed an absolute dolly chance, because all of these reds are absolute ploppings. That one, what he's looking at to middle, flies in. I'm sat right behind it.
Is it still open?
It's open table. That was from the break, mate. Yeah. Yellows are absolute bobbins as well, ploppings as well, mate. In fact, probably easier set.
Easier, I think.
They're easier.
Yeah.
That, especially now he's played. That's a great shot. That is.
His most difficult one, I think, is the one nearest to the middle pocket.
I believe it flies in. If you look over the screen there, Wayne. Look at it. If you just pop your head over the screen.
Yeah, you can see from that angle there. It flies in. Doesn't it?
Yeah. That's a perfect camera angle.
Even easier.
It's unbelievably easy. He needs to play the top one sooner rather than later, though. I'd like to be leaving the middle one or one of the bottom ones till last for black to middle. He's probably not going to, but you know what I mean.
Tricky ball, the one on the top left hand, near the top left hand rail.
I want to be playing it sooner rather than later. I'd want to be playing it. I'd want to be playing middle now, now, then corner, and then leaving that one to the bottom right till last.
Yep.
His only other chance is sort of pop the corner one now middle and then play the one to the top and screw it back down the rail. But again, you're trusting your cue in at 5-4 down in a race to 7. You're trusting your cue in to get you back past that red. If you don't finish absolutely perfectly straight on it, you might be screwing into the red. You leave yourself no shot. You might be at the wrong side of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, Wayne? It's the wrong way to go about this finish. He's gone the wrong way about it. I'll tell you that now. So he's the wrong side of that now. He has to screw on and off the side, off the right-hand side rail.
Well, he can screw through the gap here.
No, he has to screw on and off.
He's
Told
missed
you.
it. Well,
That's because he had to screw on and off. Well, he didn't have the right angle. He needed to come on and off. I'm waiting on Holland scoring a goal against Northern Ireland for 213 quid here.
213
I need a Holland goal with 11 minutes to go.
against Northern Ireland.
Yeah, my cash out's 72 quid.
And how much do you stand to win, did you say? 213?
213.
How long left?
12 minutes.
I'd cash out.
What do we reckon, fans? £72 at 0-0 Holland v Northern Ireland.
How much a bet have you had?
Wanted 20 quid. £20 bet. Cash out 72.
Wow, wow. Where's he left this? Where's he left this?
Or do I let it ride?
Nick it.
I just need a Holland goal.
I'm not a gambler, Stu, so don't listen to me.
Holland have had 4 shots on target all game. Ireland have had none.
And you need Holland
There's
to score.
literally 10 minutes to go. I need Holland to score. What we saying, fans?
4 shots on target all game.
Do I take it or do I run? Cash it. I'll give you 5. I'll give you 2 minutes, and then I'm going to make a decision.
But that'll go down then, won't it?
Not unless Holland score. It'll go right up.
Oh dear, John. Oh dear.
Oh wow.
What are you doing?
What's he played?
He's pulled it.
Nowhere near, mate. He's absolutely nowhere near. The pair of them are absolute bobbins tonight.
He's gone straight into the cushion with it straight away, hasn't he? He's not even pulled it.
He's absolutely nowhere near the pot. He's not given a chance. You have to play that with a bit of conviction.
Yeah.
Knock it in.
Confidence.
You can't drop that over because as your arm's coming through, it's shaking all over the place.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Ireland missed a penalty.
Have they? When?
Apparently, Paul Smith's just said Ireland missed a penalty.
Earlier on.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to have a look what the cash rate is, and I'm going to be out of here. And so we have it.
You cashing out?
68 quid it is now.
It's come down. Told you not to wait.
I think I'm out of here, lads, with 68 quid.
Oh dear.
I'm out. I'm done.
You done?
68 quid.
They've just got a penalty. I hope they don't get one now.
I bloody hope not. And that was not a swear word. I've cashed out 68 quid.
That came down pretty quick, didn't it, in a couple of minutes?
No, Smithy, you stay on it, mate. Ireland will score. And then I'm even better off. So, looking back at the pool, when this is a pretty tight rack now, there's not a lot. John's just...
Well, he's not even looking, is he?
The white's gone in off. He's picked a red out. But this is a pretty tight rack now. Even when you free ball, I don't see a shot he can play that. I know where Gregson's just said Holland 1-0.
Better not be.
I hope not.
He's on a wind-up. It's got to be. Surely not. 20 seconds later. I'm glad you didn't do it because I said so. He's on a wind-up. Still 0-0, he's on a wind-up. Don't be doing things like that. That's not nice.
Still 0-0.
Who's in possession? Ireland.
Gregson, wind your neck in, lad.
Ireland attack.
Still 0-0 with 7 minutes to play.
Is it Northern Ireland?
Yeah.
David McGoldrick will sling one in with a couple of minutes to go.
Sheepy, I've cashed out, mate. I've cashed out. I don't fancy the Orange media group tonight. I mean, Holland. Good friends of mine of the Orange media group, Zach and Will and what have you. Great guys, doing a lot for pool. It's fantastic what they're doing, actually.
I had a chat with them over the weekend at Bapto.
I play in a pool team with Will and Zach. We play on a Wednesday night in West Horton.
Atherton League.
Excuse me, Atherton, West Horton, yeah. I play for their team and a great set of guys. They live and breathe pool.
Yeah, I know they do. I think they know it because I've said it. I think they're a little bit short-sighted in a couple of things that they've done, but
I know what
they're
you're
learning.
saying.
They're learning.
I know what you're saying.
And I think
we won't go there on
no.
that topic, but I think I get why they did what they did, and I'm going to have to say this. I agree with them what they did because I've seen the figures and all that on the last event, and
well, no, because I spoke
fantastic.
to Zach about it. I mean, Zach put out that there was something like 16,000 viewers.
It was the most viewed game ever in the shootout in the history of the Tone Shootout. Was George's first round game against Jordan Church. What lasted 17 minutes, but it's got more views than any other game in history live on TV.
And how many viewers were that?
I don't know the number, mate, but it was the most viewed game in the history of the competition. So they've obviously
tuned in to watch Jordan.
They've set a goal, what they wanted to achieve, and by bringing George back, and it was obviously achieved.
I just think, and we won't go on for too long. I just think it disrespects thousands and thousands of good players out there.
It disrespects thousands and thousands of players. I get what you're saying, but everyone was loving Liam Dunster for not playing because he was morally right and he was doing this. So all of a sudden, why is Liam Dunster playing in the grand final when we all know George is going to be there? And I'll tell you for why.
Well, I don't know if he is, but if he is,
I'll tell you.
If he is, I think.
If he isn't, I'll be very, very surprised. And I'll tell you the reason why I disagree with what went on is everyone was bumming Liam up, saying, "Oh, he's done the right thing, not playing when he's in." And if George isn't in the grand final, I'll hold my hands up and I'll say Liam's right. But I'll tell you something now. If George isn't in that grand final, I'll eat my hat.
I'll be very surprised if Liam, after the stances took, goes to the grand final if George is in.
Well, Liam's committed to the grand final now, and I'm not often wrong with things like this.
How can you not turn up because of a certain person?
I'll tell you for why he didn't turn up. There was a local event on down the road from his house where it was 800 quid to the winner.
Yeah.
He went and won that and won £800.
Easy money.
He goes to the town shootout. It's a 1,400-mile round trip, which is £200 in fuel, £200 in hotel fees. If he gets bummed out in the first round, he's only getting paid his shootout appearance fee, which isn't enough money to justify going all that way.
Then as an organiser, I'd say we don't want you at the final. If you're not going to come to this one, we don't want you.
In my opinion, he used George as an excuse
to
not go to Newbury.
So we'll soon find out.
So if George gets announced playing in the grand final and Liam doesn't pull out, then we'll find out how morally right the guy is.
We know then, don't we?
Well, I hope he sticks to his morals.
Yeah.
And it doesn't prove it. But when there's £2,000 online, £3,000 online,
different story,
on your doorstep, do your morals go out the window?
Yeah, some people's do, and that's where people's wrong. Right. That's where people are wrong.
So people will say how good of a guy he is for being morally right.
Yeah.
Let's just see if George plays the grand final.
I've not commented on it
before. Let's see if he pulls
out.
I
get why he did it, and I didn't know that. But if that's the case, then we'll, like you say, we'll see. Won't we?
We'll see what happens. If George gets announced in the grand final, we'll see if Liam pulls out then because of his morals.
Yeah.
When there's £2,000 winner on it, or I think it might be £2,500 winner.
Is that what it is?
On his doorstep.
Yeah. So we'll see. Anyway.
Or was it the fact it was 1,400 miles?
We'll see.
Hi, Bridgie. I hope you're well.
Pipe down, Bridgie. Otherwise I'll
Maybe, Steve. Maybe, but we're just having a conversation, pal.
get that. I'll get that finger out.
Anyway, back on the game, apparently. I think this game probably deserves a decider, but John's not on that last yellow. I've just looked now, I'm directly behind that shot, and he's not on that yellow. He can see about a quarter of it, if that. He's going to have to play a really, really good swerve shot to get the pocket, and he's not. White's enough. No?
No, he's hung.
Wow, but I'll tell you something, he's left Craig a shot to just tie him in knots here. Craig can play the red to the left, to the extreme left of the table, just bounce it out and leave John absolutely no shot. But he's unlucky there to leave himself no shot, John, on that last yellow, to be fair. Wow, that's a bad shot.
Wait a minute.
That is a terrible shot. I mean, he still can't pot it.
Can he not pot it off the rail?
No. He can probably pot it off the rail.
John's
And he
in
has
the
to
way.
play it.
Can't see.
He has to play it. Wow,
Perfect.
I can't believe Craig's not.
Did you not see that shot?
Yeah, I knew he could play it, but he had to play it off the cushion. But
I thought it was a bit tight to pot it, actually.
Cannot believe he's left it. Craig, with all the experience he's got, hasn't just bounced that red off and left him no shot win. Absolutely criminal. Doesn't deserve to win the game playing shots like that. Absolutely doesn't deserve to win it. John's not done a lot wrong here. And Craig's done a lot wrong and finds himself in a decider. Okay, guys. Let's have a vote now. We are at 6 apiece. Who wins this frame? 5 to 6, 5 to 6. Let's have a thumbs up for Craig and a laughing face for John.
So, as Stu says, thumbs
Craig
up
makes a ball.
Thumbs up if you think Craig's going to take this. Smiley face if you think it's John. It's all to play for. Obviously Craig at the table's favourite.
I think if he's got a shot on a yellow, he has to go yellows.
The only thing is, if he's got a shot, it might be the one he's cutting back into the. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he can pop the one to the right-hand middle as we look at the table. Sorry, the bottom middle as we look now from the side view.
Yeah, he can't get the one back into the top right. So that is the shot.
The right-hand middle, drop that in.
But the one that is closest to
is a tricky ball.
Is going to be the one that's probably going to let him down.
Yeah, it's a tricky ball. That is. Who wins it, guys? Mike Carew reckons it's Mr. Mercer. Craig, Mercer. Oh, we're about. Everyone fancies John here.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Most of them. Paul Smith says Craig.
Yes, the Smith dog back in the locals.
Danny McGee says there's only one winner, and that's the game of pool.
Correct, Mr. McGee.
Pool always wins.
Magic McGee.
Says Carl Woods.
Tony Wood.
This is the last frame of the night, by the way. We will be back at 9 o'clock in the morning, so make sure you're up early.
I might be hungover, me, Wayne.
Hungover?
Do you want me here or what?
Where are you coming back?
Well, I'll be
coming back with Matt, are you?
I'll be ferrying the Lawrence in a bit. If you want me to pop and join you, I don't mind.
Well, you can do if you want to come back and.
I might come and bore some more people tomorrow morning.
Talk some more politics.
And, we can bring some Tory information with you if you want.
Leave that Tory information back in Wigan. We're not interested.
Look, I'll tell you the shot now. I'm going to give you some Williams information now. He's going to pot the yellow to the bottom right-hand corner. He's going to use the black as a stopper, leave the white on top of the black, but he can see enough of the ball.
He can't.
Pot the yellow to the top right-hand corner with a lot of bottom left. Go past that red, round onto the black.
If he goes
there you go.
If he goes into
there
black,
you go.
If he goes into black off this yellow here, he's going to be close to that middle pocket.
I just think he can play it pocket weight and just nudge off the black enough to leave a shot to the top right-hand corner.
I don't think he can.
I'm looking over the screen, you see, and not looking at your monitor.
I don't think he can.
He's screwing at it, mate. So
yeah,
he's not.
He's going to be near that middle pocket.
Wow!
He's got to pot the yellow first.
Nowhere near. But he's played it in the right way, as such that he's on the ball.
John does these. Well, maybe not tonight. He might
Mr.
not do,
Mercer is now 1-2 to get these. Who wants a bet? Throw them at me. Ian Cross fell downstairs and broke his ankle.
When?
Well, he didn't really, I'm joking.
I thought you were being serious.
No, that's a... Hi, everybody. Tom Mercer just played the worst shot of the night.
He's just forced Craig into taking his hardest ball.
It's an awful shot. I think it's a terrible shot. If he's playing that, he's got to get the pocket with it. I just think it's a bad shot. Like, there's nothing in it. It's a nothing shot. These two reds here above the yellow.
They're going nowhere.
None of them go. The top one of them two doesn't go to the middle.
Well, his only chance is
if he plays
to split the ball out with the one over the middle
but
pocket.
If he plays that red to the middle, that red over the pocket, then and completely gets the pocket, he can. His next shot is get them two out.
Yeah.
He can't get them out now because he's leaving the yellow on. Yeah, it's a very, very, very poor shot.
And this yellow's coming out here, so he's leaving game on.
Of course it is. Craig has to. What Craig has to do now is bang that yellow out and say, if you're going to get them, get them. If you're not, I am. Yeah, Tommy, I think it looked like it. It looked too thin to hold on the black, but I'm looking over the screen, and as I said to Wayne before, I think his camera's too low. It needs to be higher up because you can't see the gaps between the balls. I can see, and there was enough ball there to just clip off the black. Honestly, there was. Smithy, what do you want on Craig here now at 6-4 to win this frame?
There you go, Carl Anthony Woods. Go and chat rubbish somewhere else. We don't do swearing on here, mate.
Who was that?
Carl
Woods.
Carl Woods, yeah.
Yeah, goodbye, mate. It's been nice speaking to you.
No,
Danny. No, I played with a cucumber every now and again just to give lads a chance, I see. But if I play with a breadstick, I'm too much of a favourite. Again, I mean, he's played a good shot. He's had a go at it, but it's John. He's come out bad. John, if anybody wants 3-1 on John to win this frame now, I'm your man.
He already is, Danny. All the rules on here, and if you don't, you should read them before you start. So what they're there for.
Smithy, what do you want? No, I've got Craig. Craig's bloody 1-3 now. You can't put 20 after he's missed a ball. Hi, my name's Craig Hart, and I'm just going to roll up behind this yellow. I'll have 20, Smithy, 20. We'll do 5 balls later when he's snookered himself.
Just caught the red. He's doing a lot of apologising, is John. He's snookered. What are you supposed to do? I thought he'd overcut that for a minute.
Just a little thing. Listen, it's easier than it looks. This I'm looking at the table, and it's easier than it looks. Just stun on and off. It's an easy finish. And John's. I actually think John
chucked it.
John's thrown that away. Yeah, John's thrown that away.
Well played, Craig. Unlucky, John.
Unlucky, Mr. Mercer. You don't deserve. I'll be honest. I think John deserved to win that, and Craig's got away with murder there.
Yeah, he's given him a few chances that he shouldn't have
given.
Yeah,
certainly has. Yeah.
Unlucky, John.
Anyway, good night, guys. It's been a pleasure. And
cheers, Stu.
I'll be back
See you tomorrow. Yeah.
See you soon, Wayne. Good night.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, for your comments.
All the best, guys. Listen, just a great shout out for Wayne. Soon I'm streaming. If you're on there and you like watching, please give the page a like and a share and get Wayne's page out there. He does a great job streaming pool events. So give it a like and a share, and let's get some more viewers on for Wayne. Cheers, guys.
I'll give you that tenner after. Cheers, Stu. Thanks very much. We'll see you all in the morning, 9 o'clock, bright and early.